Hi everyone, this is Aman Sophia, Assistant Professor in Triple Department. Welcome to WITSCONNECT. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss about what is meant by substation and its classification, as well as what are the main components of a pole mounted substation. Okay, so coming to the substation. In the present days, electric power is generated, transmitted, and distributed in the form of AC current, right? Nothing but alternating current. The electrical energy which is generating is of a low voltage, like its range will be 6.6 or 11 kV volts, but it is stepped up to a high voltage, such as like 220 or 400 kilowatts. So why it is stepped up means for transmission system, but the consumers do not use high voltages, so that's the reason the high voltage must be stepped down to low voltages like 400 or 230 volts. So the place where stepping up and stepping down of voltage is done is known as substation. The place at which stepping up and stepping down of voltage is done is known as substation. The substation may perform number of operations like switching operation, voltage transformation operation, power converting operation, frequency changing operation, power factor correction operations. So all operations will be done by the power substations. Coming to the switching operation means to switch on and off the power lines. So the next one is of voltage transformation operation, nothing but to change voltage from high level to low level or low level to high level. We are using voltage transformation operation. And to change the AC power into DC power, or from DC to AC, we are using power converting operation in substation. And to change the supply frequency level, that is from high level to low level or low level to high level, we are using frequency changing operation. The next one is of power factor correction operation. To improve the power factor of the system, using a static capacitors or synchronous condenser as phase advances. So by using all these things, we are improving the power factor of a substation. Coming to its classification, the substation may be classified into different types, but at here we are considering two important classifications. Like first of all is based on the service requirement, and the next classification will be based on design or construction features. So based on the service requirement, it can be classified into switching substations, transformer substations. So first of all, let us go with the switching substation. So switching substation is a substation without transformer. That means so in this substation will not find any transformer over here, and operating only at a single voltage level switching substations. So you can see in the figure. So at here you will not find any transformer, and sometimes they can be used as a collectors as well as a distribution transformers. Sometimes they are used for switching the current to backup lines or for paralyzing circuit in case of failure system. Okay, now coming to the transformer substation. An electric power substation whose equipments include transformers or can be known as transformer substations. And an electric substation which can step up or step down the voltage of an AC power system, which can step up and step down the voltage of AC power system, and also distribute the electric power, is known as transformer substation. So this transformer substation can be classified into like different types, like step up transformer substation, step down transmission substation, distribution substation. Okay, and coming to the step up transformer substations, which are usually built at electric power plants and transfer the voltage produced by the generators into a high voltages that is necessary for the transmission of electric power over power lines. Coming to the step down transforming substations. So in substation, substation will transform the primary voltage of electric power system to a lower secondary voltage, and step down substations may be of the regional or local type depending on their purpose and the value of the primary and secondary voltages. Regional substation take electric power directly from the high voltage power lines, and they'll transmit it to the main substations. So first of all, they like step down substations will take the high voltage from the high voltage it will take the power from the high voltage lines, and after that it will transmit it to the main step down substation. So from which after the reduction it is fed to the local substations where the last stage of transformation is accomplished. A transformer substation usually has one or two power transformers, uh, and one distribution equipment, and one control and protective devices. And auto transformers are used in a number of high power step down auto transformers can be used a number of high power step down substations in transformer substation. And coming to the then the next classification will be power factor correction substations. So the device for the correction of the power factor may be a central substation and spread out over a distribution system, or it may build in the power consuming equipment. So the only reason why we are using power factor substation means to improve its power factor, and a high power factor is generally desirable in a transmission system to reduce transmission losses and to improve the voltage regulation at the load. We are using power factor correction substation. And coming to the frequency changes of substations, a frequency changer is a motor generator set that changes the power of an alternating current system from one or more different frequencies. To change the frequency of an alternating current system from one or more different frequencies with or without changing the number of phases, with or without changing the number of phases are in the voltages. So we are using frequency changer substations, and sometimes a converter is used to accomplish the frequency substation. Okay, just to convert the frequency. The coming to the next classification will be converting substations. In DC power transmission lines, converter substations are used to convert three-phase current to a direct current at the sending end of line. To achieve a reverse conversion at the receiving end of the line, we are using converting substation. Okay, and the next classification will be industrial substation. This is the classification of substation based on the service requirement. The another classification will be based according to the design and construction features. So according to the design, substations can be classified as indoor substations, outdoor substations, underground substations, and pole or plinth mount substations. Coming to the indoor substations, a substation in which apparatus is equipped inside the substation building is called as indoor substation, in which the apparatus are equipped inside the substation building is known as indoor substations. and such type of substation is mainly used for the voltages up to 11,000 volts. And but when the surrounding air is contaminated by impurities such as metals, corroded gases and fumes, so that voltage can be raised up to 33,000 volts to 66,000 volts. Okay, and coming to the next classification will be outdoor substations. A substation which is used for all voltage levels is from between 55 kilovolts to 765 kilovolts is called as outdoor substation. Such type of substation requires less time for construction but uses more space. The outdoor substations are can be classified into two types, like pole mounted substation and foundation mounted substation. And outdoor substation is having more advantages, like all the equipments in the outdoor substation is within the view, and the fault location can be easily identified in the outdoor substations, and the expansion of the installation is easier in outdoor substation compared to the indoor substation. The time required in the construction of a outdoor substation is very less. The smaller amount of building material like steel, concrete is required in the construction of outdoor substation, and the construction work required is comparatively less. And the cost of the switchgear installation is also very low in outdoor substation. The next classification will be underground substation. See, why we are going for underground substation means underground substation helps to bring high voltage electricity directly into the city center. To bring the high voltage electricity directly to the city center, we are preferring underground substations. And these stations are environmental friendly and have none of the planning problem encountered by the surface built solution also. So the best way of meeting the rising demand for energy is to bring high voltage electricity directly into the city, high voltage electricity to into the city of into our cities, right? So that can be done by using the underground substations. See, these underground substations are not a new idea, and many such installations are already in operation. And coming to the customer benefits, so in customer benefits includes a invisible installation that blend into the surrounding landscape and is acceptable to the local community also. The concept uh, the concept enables transformer substation to be integrated into any urban environment, and other buildings and building complexes such as shopping malls and public squares, as well as stadiums. So the advantages of underground substations. So let us discuss about the what are the main components of pole mounted or plinth mounted substations. So there are different main components are there, like poles. See what is mean by why we are using why we are preferring a pole as a main component means the poles may be a steel type and having a length about to 8 meters to 12 meters. The poles which we are using in pole mounted substation will be of 8 meter to 12 meter length, and in pole mounted substation the transformer is erected on mild steel channel of H type. H type are, we can say that 4-pole structure. Poles can be used in plinth mounted pole mounted or plinth mounted substation. The next component will be plinth. Transformers of a capacity more than 250 kVA, kilovolt amperes, are placed on a plinth, and the plinth is constructed with bricks or stones. Okay, the next one is of next component is transformer. So generally called a distribution transformer can be used in substations, and it is a 11 kV by 400 volts step down transformer. Mostly we will prefer distribution transformer of this voltage ranging. And the next component will be insulator. Generally the substation is located at dead end of 11 kV line, and 11 kV disc insulators are used to connect the 11 kV lines. We are preferring 11 kV disc insulators to connect 11 kV lines. Okay, when we are using substation at the end of 11 kV line, we will prefer 11 kV disc. The next component will be cross arm. So different sizes of cross arms. Different sizes of mild steel cross arms are used to erect disc insulators. Like we'll use horn gap fuses, young operating switch and cross arms. The next component will be fuse. So if you are using a horn gap fuses are provided on 11 kV lines with high tension line side, whereas open type rewirable fuses are used on 400 volts nothing, but at low tension lines we are using rewirable fuse, whereas at high tension lines we are using horn gap fuses. The next one will be air 31 3 and of core cable. The output of the distribution transformer is connected to the low tension lines through 3 and of core aluminum conductor around 11 kV grade PVC cable. The next one will be stays. So at least 2 stays sets are provided to support the poles. Distribution boxes. So the low tension supply of distribution transformer is fed through distribution box, which consists of a fuse unit. The next one will be jumpers. So these are used to connect 11 kV lines. Generally we will use ACSR conductor, nothing but aluminum conductor, steel reinforced, is used for the jumper purpose. So fencing, it is provided around the poles or plinth to prevent the entry of animals as well as children. So we are placing fencing. The next one is of earthing set. In order to achieve effective earthing, this type of substation is the type of substation will be earth at 2 or more places. The next one will be lightning arresters. These are provided on 11 kV line to protect the transformer from lightning surges or strokes. The last one will be danger plate. So danger plates are provided on each pole, and a word danger is written on it. So that means the unauthorized person are not supposed to enter the substations. These are the main components of pole or plinth mounted substation.